We're now in conversation, of course, with stakeholders at New Mukuru Bomayangu Estate. We have the PS, Charles Hinga. We have the Affordable Housing Board CEO, Sheila Waweru, still with us. We have residents of some of these houses that you see behind me. We have business people who do work around here. We also have some of the contractors and some of the people who have actually put up the buildings, who have gone into making this a reality.
Yeah.
So let's figure out what it actually took to make this happen. I'll see you.
To make it move.
Yes.
And just because we can all see you and we've brought the mic around, we'd like to have a conversation with you. I want, by show of hands, and you raise the hand high so everyone can see, those who are now residents and homeowners who are paying for living here in the New Mukuru city. Just raise your hand. Residents, see, some of these are residents of here. Those who are working here, building the houses and all. All right, these are working here. And those who are doing business, servicing, maybe you're doing business here, servicing the homeowners or servicing the construction people. We have a lady who's here. So it's a mix of the people who are doing various things to make this New Mukuru. Charles Hinga, the PS, has come and said, this is a city, surely. If you think about it, 13,000 housing units, well, it's not a city yet. It's bigger than many towns, but it's a big thing. 13,000 housing units is a big thing. And PS, thank you for also joining us for this conversation. When you talk about the 13,000, and Sheila had mentioned some of these amenities before that, because I was, even as we were saying we're here, I'd like really to understand the amenities. 13,000 people, if you just put 3 people per house, that's many people who are moving into this area. They will need very many things. They will need adequate transport infrastructure. They will need market and retail infrastructure. They will need to know that their children can go to a nearby school that is just walking distance, health facilities and so on and so forth. So let's start. How do I get here? How do they get here? Is there a matatu route that now brings them to New Mukuru city?
Thank you very much, Latif, and I'm so delighted to be here with these homeowners. You know, Latif, some of them say this is not even an answered prayer, because they never will have imagined that they, in this country, from where they came from, they will be homeowners. And there is, as a PS doing this job, there can never be any other most satisfying moment than when you see someone coming from squalor and living in dignity. Indeed, as you've said, this is a massive development. Just for context purposes, think about it. Buruburu was the largest sort of estate ever done since independence, and it took 15 years to make, and that is only 5,000 units. So you can imagine the context. This is barely 2 years, and already 1078 homeowners are already here, living here, and you already have another almost 5,000 units that we are going to be handing over anytime as soon as His Excellency the President gives us the final date. So yes, indeed there are amenities, and it is important that you bring that that aspect, because this is not just structures. You know, we're not replacing a tin shack house or a mud house with a stone house. That is not what makes you know, decent living. It is everything else that is associated with a high quality of life, and that is why if you look, for example, even where we are seated, these are well paved roads inside here. There is walking tracks around this whole estate, where we are promoting non-motorized transport system. But also there are schools within walking distance. The school is just right behind this block. And last week I was here handing over the school to the Ministry of Education, so that they can have the headmaster, or the headmistress was already appointed, and the teachers. We have an ECD. We also have a hospital, which was a level 2. But when we sat with the county and they looked at the population that we're talking about here, they said a level 2 is not going to cut it. there are people here who are going to, there are ladies that are going to give birth. So when that time comes, where do we send them? And so there was a need for us to upgrade it to a level 4, and we did. We took the entire floor of the shopping center and converted that into a hospital. So now here you can be admitted. You have a maternity wing. You have theater. So we are, right in front of our own eyes, this is unfolding. And you're talking about happening in an informal settlement. We have a fire station that is right here. We handed over to the county government of Nairobi as well. But the school that we have here is not sufficient. So we have 15 acres that is still undeveloped. And the designs have just been completed, and we are going to have all the 3 junior school. We're going to have the secondary school, and the senior school. So we are going to have all the schools. We are going to have parks, because this is quite a lot of concrete, and we want to make sure that the people here can also decompress from work. From all these concrete. So we are going to have pocket parks. There is a park right here in front, and there are shops all over the place. So this is a place where you can live, you can work, you can go to school, you can go to hospital. And we're calling it a city because everything is in this place.
Yeah. Are you replicating this across all the other areas? You're going to replicate the same model of units and amenities and all of that?
Yeah, so the scale is not the same.
Okay.
So just for context, you saw we took over Makongeni estate. That is part of Eastland's regeneration. Now, it's important to put some things into context. Eastland is about 3,000 acres. Mm-hmm. And when Eastlands was done, it only had 17,000 housing units. Of course, over time, people built what you call the back houses, and that number went to almost 42,000. But can you imagine only 42,000 units sitting on 3,000 acres, because they're all single dwelling units and badly dilapidated. Makongeni is very old. So Makongeni is about 150 acres. We have taken over, and we are going to do 3 times what you have here in Mukuru, because this is 50 acres. But even in other places where we have less number of units, we make sure that all the social amenities that make this to be a high quality lifestyle living are available. So if there is no space to build a school, we are expanding the schools within the neighborhood. So we are adding more classrooms. We are adding, if it is, there is a clinic, we are upgrading it to either level 3, level 4 within the neighborhood, so that the residents don't have to walk too far to be able to find those type of amenities.
In just a moment, we should actually come to the residents, just to be ready to hear what that experience was like. But just before that, the population is also increasing so rapidly. I wonder whether you factor in that in the delivery model. It's just going to scale at, in a large way. Sheila can speak to it, but also you, PS, can speak to it. We're looking at this population now. We're looking at the fact that it's going to just keep growing rapidly. How are you matching the plans for affordable housing with a rapidly increasing urban population as well?
Yeah, and then that's a very important point, because we are one of the highest urbanizing countries in the world. We have over 500,000 people moving into the urban areas. And part of when they come to the urban areas, urbanization is supposed to be associated with the high quality of life. But when you come to our urban areas, there's a problem. And what is the problem? The problem in the urban areas is, first of all, land is very expensive. And where you have got expensive land, and then also the dichotomy of our economy is such that we are a very unequal society. We have almost 97% of our economy is informal. Almost about only 3% or so is formal. So so therefore the wages are low. And so therefore when the people come here, instead of having a high quality of life, what do they find? They find expensive land. If it's expensive land, it means it's expensive rent. And ordinarily what the cities do, they push people out. But where do they go? Because the people that are being pushed out are workers. These people that you're seeing here are actually workers. Some of them are your workers. They work for you at home. They work for you as a driver. Where will they go? So ordinarily you're pushing them out to the peri-urban. But then again, there's no reliable public transport system. They're also earning low wages. So that is really important to understand, that why we're fixing what we're fixing is because it's a broken system. So to fix that, you have got to first of all densify, and then you have got to make land available to the owner at no cost. So the homeowners here, what you don't realize is that unit, the cost does not factor in this cost of land. Because the minute you bring in the cost of land, affordability is out of the window. If you look at the infrastructure that has gone into here, whether it is roads, whether it is that gas, when you factor all those in and then you ask the homeowner to pay, they will not be able to afford. You're pushing them back to the slums. So that is why it's important to understand that the program is actually much wider. We are providing land at no cost. We are providing infrastructure at no cost to the home buyer. We are waiving off fees. There is no VAT on cement and steel that is being used here. All those things are deliberate efforts that we have made to make sure that it is affordable. And of course, then we have to do it at scale. Because as you said, when all these people are coming in, what are they going to find? So part of our program is regenerating old estates. So Makongeni, as an example, you saw it's 3,000 units. We're going to densify that to over 30,000. We are able to accommodate more Kenyans to be able to move in there. So that is really our plan. So it's not just building, but we are fixing, first of all, a broken system. And you can't, as government, we cannot tell employers increase salaries. So we have got to be able to adopt and work within the context of our situation.
True. One could argue you can't tell employers increase salaries. You can always create an environment where it's easy to increase said salaries, right? More money circulating in the economy, industry growing, etc. And this is part of industry, and we'll talk about that as well. But I wanted to hear, Eric had asked a question on transport, and I wanted to hear from the residents and people who commute here every day for work, how you get here. So anyone, just where you live. If you live here, how do you get to where you work? If you don't live here, how do you commute there? Because I think transport is also
it's a big thing.
Yeah, it's a big thing. Let's have the microphone rove. Yes.
The next to you is actually
okay.
Is a resident. Right?
You're a resident, perfect.
My name's Joseph Awero, one of the beneficiaries of New Mukuru Affordable Housing. First, I want to say thank you so much, PS and the government, because from kuzaliwa kwangu hadi penye nimefika, sitadanganyana ati nimeishi nyumba ya mawe. Hiyo ni kitu ya kwanza. Na nikijibu hiyo story na transport, for now transport itashughulikiwa because tuko na njia side hii, tuko na barabara bado, lakini for the time being, kwa sababu ya mjengo hapa tunafaa kupita hii njia. So for now tumevumilia na tunaelewa. But wakati hizi nyumba zote zitafunguliwa, transport itakuwa rahisi. Kutoka hapa kwa njia kuelekea penye gari ziko is only around 100 meters. So si mbali. Kwa hivyo mambo na transport sioni kama kuna shida.
Gari ziko wapi? Enterprise Road.
Yes, hapa. Enterprise iko hapa nje.
Sasa hapo Enterprise Road kuna stage?
Kuna stage.
Ama unasimamisha gari katikati ya barabara ndio hiyo?
Hapana, kuna stage.
Stage ambayo iko kando ya barabara ama ambayo iko kwa barabara?
Yes, kumeundwa vizuri, gari inasimama hapo.
There's a reason why I'm asking that. Because we are saying over 40,000 people living here. And imagine if 10,000 of them are living in the morning and they want to go to town or to go to other places. They are going, wakiingia hapo Enterprise Road, matatu zinasimama tu on the side of the road. Traffic on Enterprise Road will never end. Yes.
So part of the master plan inside here, once we complete, as he has correctly said, this is an active site. So like for them, we have created an access through Road B. Is it that road? Road C. So we've created an access for them through Road C. So that is a temporary solution. I mean, they can still get here. It is a decent road. Some of them will need to be expanded. But inside here, in that 15-acre place where I have told you, there is a bus park that is in the master plan that we are going to put up here. Because, I mean, this is a massive estate, as you've correctly said. So we need the matatus and the public transport system to terminate right inside here. There will be a market where they can do their all fresh produce and so on and so forth. There is a strip mall as we speak right now, which is one of the facilities that we're handing over, and that strip mall is also open to the people from outside, and it has everything, facilities for restaurants, kinyozi, laundromats. You can imagine here also what some of the challenges is, where do you hang your clothes?
Yep.
So there is space on top, but is it sufficient? And so we are going to provide them with and that is opportunity for business people to come in and set up a laundromat where you can put in a few coins, wash, dry, na uende nyumbani.
Okay. Coming back to Mr. Waweru, umesema maisha yako yote uko imagine unaweza ishi nyumba ya mawe. Ukuhamia hapo ulikuwa umetoka wapi? Ulikuwa unafanya kazi gani?
Nilikuwa nimetoka Liara Sepu, ambayo ni kwa slum, nyumba za mabati. Mali life ya pale ni challenge sana. Kilinganisha mambo na usafi, mambo na maji, mambo na washrooms. Najua pale kwa kijiji washroom ni zile nini na unarusha. Then unakuta zingine zimeelekezwa kwa mtaro hapo tu nje. Yaani unachomokanga tu kama umeona sewage hapo. Pia kwa hiyo sewage pipe za maji zimepita hapo. So ukilinganisha ile life ya pale na ya hapa, enyewe hata
ulikuwa umeishi hapo muda gani?
10 years.
Hapo?
Yes.
Ulikuwa unafanya kazi gani? Unafanya kazi gani saizi?
Kwa saa hii mimi nimeajiriwa na serikali, kazi mtaani.
Okay.
Yes.
Na before that ulikuwa unafanya kazi gani?
Ya kuhustle tu mambo na mjengo.
Na uliingiaje kwa hizi? Uliapply aje? Because tulikuwa tumeambiwa na CEO kwamba watu ambao walikuwa wanaishi kwa nearby slum ndio walienda wakaandikishwa na wazee wa kijiji plus chief wakaingia kwa list, ndio kapewa first priority. Wewe mahali umesema ulikuwa unaishi slum gani?
Liara Sepu.
Liara Sepu.
Liara Sepu.
Iko wapi?
Liara Sepu iko Imara Daima Ward.
Okay.
Na hiyo Liara Sepu ndio tulihesabiwa. Hata mimi niko na hiyo kadi. Na pia mimi nilikuwa mmoja waliopewa kazi na serikali ya kuhesabu watu. So kwa hivyo hakuna mtu alitoka nje apart from watu wa government wa juu. But mtu wote alifanya kazi hiyo wakati wa Sepu ni sisi tu. Kuhesabu watu, mambo na security. Juu sisi ndio tunajuana wenyewe kwa wenyewe pale.
Okay.
So that gives, Imara Daima Ward, bado hapo kwa Imara Daima Ward, or we're close anyway to Imara Daima. So it's people who were neighbors essentially of where we are at New Mukuru Estate. Then I'm thinking, nani anafanya kazi ya, watu kufanya kazi actually ni wengi. I wanted to know how you've been able to also kuingia job, kutoka job, things like that, the simple logistics of that. Yes?
Yeah, thank you. My name is Abigail Kemto. Nashukuru. Mimi naishi hapo Ruben. Nilikuja tu kutafuta kazi nikapata. Nakuja tu kutoka kwa nyumba asubuhi, namaliza kazi jioni narudi.
Unatembea tu?
Sawa.
How long does it take you?
Yeah?
Unachukua how long kutembea?
30 minutes. Nafika
easy
kazi.
walk. So still within. Nataka kuongea na another resident kuelewa pia some of the necessities za kupata nyumba. We were talking to the CEO, akasema lazima uwe na KRA pin, of course you upload your ID, you must be over 18, uwe na tax compliance. Kulikuwa na other home owners here. I want to know kama kuna kitu ilikuwa challenge yoyote ya kupata kama tax compliance, kitu kama hiyo, because she spoke and said it hasn't really been an issue, but is there anything that you found hard when you were applying for the house kidogo? Yes. Oh yeah, uko na mic. Fantastic.
My name's Jacob Waweru. Na mimi ni beneficiary wa Makongeni. Ile challenge ambayo tulikuwa nayo ni kwa M-Pesa statement. Unajua life ya pale haikuwa mzuri sana. So saa zingine unaambiwa lazima ulete M-Pesa statement, hata hiyo pesa hatukuwa nayo. But tulirudi tukasaidika sababu ili take time nzuri, at least mwisho tukasaidika. Maybe kama ni KRA compliance, wengine tulikuwa tunajua compliance ni nini. Tulikuwa tunajua tu pin ya KRA. So uzuri huo wakati serikali ilitupatia waiver, na at least sisi watu wa 1080 tulikuwa na ile waiver ya serikali. So at least tukabenefit na tukasaidika.
Ukisema ulisaidika, nani alikuwa anakusaidia? For example, hiyo story ya M-Pesa statements na bado tax compliance.
Niliweza kuelezewa na maofisa wale ambao walikuwa wanatusaidia na registration. Kama ya kwanza tukatumwa kwa safari, kwa watu kwa tunajua unaweza toa kwa simu. Jambo la pili, tukienda kwa cyber unaambiwa lazima ulipe hiyo miaka yote. Wakati tunakuja kwa ground tunaambiwa enda KRA direct. Serikali iko na waiver. Na wengine pia waliumia, lakini wengine tukasaidika. It was a bit challenging. Wengine hatukuwa hata na simu. Sasa inabidi sasa unaenda message lazima, so tuliteseka, lakini finally serikali tusaidia, and we are proud of this government.
Mzee ulisema unaitwa nani?
Naitwa Jacob Waweru.
Jacob si Joseph Leshingo.
Hata mimi nilikuwa nimeshinda.
Jacob Waweru.
Joseph.
Oh, by the way, Sheila.
Yes.
Niko nayo. Asante.
Okay, thank you.
Kuna wengi kukuuliza, ungependa kufanya affordable housing? I'm wondering, when would you apply for affordable housing?
Sijaprai bado, nilitoka ushago, hata nimemaliza 2 weeks kufanya kazi hapa.
Tunaona kama uta-apply ama bado unafikiri?
Nita-apply tu nikipata vitu zinahitajika.
Vile ameongea. Okay.
Lakini vile umefanya kazi hapa, kuna mtu amekuambia vile unaweza apply?
Bado sijaambiwa.
Hawajakuambia bado? Inafaa kuambia kabla tutoke hapa. Wewe ukijua. So I want to ask Jacob Waweru then, because wewe uli apply ukaenda through your process yote. Yes. Na kuna watu ambao mlikuwa mnaishi nao ambao walikuwa pia wanasikia vile unasikia. Kuna watu walikataa kuapply.
Kuna wengi walikataa na wakasema hii ni scam.
Wakikataa walikuwa wanasema nini?
Walikuwa wanasema labda hizi ni vitu za AI, vitu kama hizo. So mimi nikasema wacha niandikwe jina yangu. Na at least sasa wanajiuliza maswali. Mimi nilipata nyumba, lakini sasa ndio wameanza kuapply, wako na confidence kwa sababu nawaita kwangu niwapikia chai. Naona si AI, unajua ukimeza kitu si AI. Hiyo ni live and direct.
Nyumba yako ni size gani?
Ni bed sitter, studio apartment.
Okay. Ulilipa pesa ngapi kabla uingie kwa hiyo?
Shilingi 200 ile registration peke yake.
Au kulipa deposit?
Si kulipa deposit.
Kuna watu wanalipa deposit. So wewe mbona ukulipa?
Si kulipa deposit, hiyo ni neema ya Mungu, Bwana asifiwe sana.
Is that an inconsistency, Sheila?
For social housing there is no deposit. Yeah, we give them medicine.
That's the important distinction. So if you're applying for social housing, you don't have to do the deposit. That's what we said. That's the deposit system that you're talking about.
Kuna vile tulikuwa tunauliza, for example, umekuwa hapa tu wiki mbili, so haujapata hiyo chance ya kuapply, hopefully with time. But kuna mtu hapa, anyone who has worked here na akapata nyumba? Okay.
Kwa majina ni Joke Joefela Mwende.
Tafadhali ongeza sauti kidogo nikusikie.
Kwa majina ni Joke Joefela Mwende. Naishi hapa Mukuru Estate kwa brother yangu. But alinionyesha vile nita-apply na nika-apply na sasa nishapata nyumba AG 115411. Na sasa ndio nangoja but na wakuku nafanya kazi huku, but ningepata tukipata chance tuandikwe permanent, si ya kuitwa siku moja tunarudi. Hiyo ndio namba chance. Ikipatikana chance, me and my friends with first priority kufanya kazi huku permanent.
I'm happy for you. Kabla uketi.
Is there such a
Kabla uketi.
for people to actually get permanent?
Not on the side, because obviously, if you understand construction, it's done in different phases. So there are people who are going to work on the excavation. There are people who are good at masonry. There's plumbing works. But the only thing that I can say, even if you don't get permanent employment, if you look at Nairobi in general, we have over 98,000 housing units under construction. So if you're working here and let's say the houses are complete, you stand a very good chance to go and stay work in Makongeni, which is about to start. And that is how we are going to sustain those jobs.
We also have the Kazi Mtaani initiative that offers jobs to them as well.
I see.
I was going to ask, now, is it the same contractors that are building these so that, you know, there's that continuity? Nikitoka New Mukuru to Makongeni?
No. So there are very many contractors. And by the way, allow me just to say that one of the best, most gratifying results of this program is that we only have one foreign contractor out of over 600 contractors that we have over the country. You know, obviously people say that our local contractors don't have capacity to do that. This is all been built by this is all local. And meaning that the money has stayed here in Kenya. There's no money that has gone outside, which I think is a right way to go. And just one other thing that maybe is important to note is that at the lowest level, which is the social housing, the units are subsidized, one. Even the repayment, what they are repaying, the interest rate is highly subsidized at 3%. But we even go further and furnish their homes. So that we're giving them a clean start in life.
Furnishing the home?
Yes, furnishing the home. So when they walk in, and as you see, when I came in here, there are many trucks. They're just delivering beds, mattresses, sofa set, and a coffee table. It's basic furnishing. They also come in with a gas burner as part of what they get, and the gas burner, they don't even pay for it because even if we have put piped gas, if you don't provide them with a burner, again, you're creating a barrier to the enjoyment of that facility. So we have provided the burners to the homeowners, and they'll tell you, they don't even need a matchbox. Si ile nini unataningi tu hivi alafu inawaka. So hao watu wanasema wanaishi maisha wapi? London.
Tuko na show house hapa tuingie.
Hata si show house, hatutaki show house, enda kwa mtu. Hizi zile zimemalizika.
Lazima akubali kwanza.
Ametualika.
Joseph ametualika.
Tutaenda kwa Joseph at some point tuone hizi nyumba hizi vitu zote ambazo zinasemekana. But then it brings out the other issue of the management of the units, right? So you said after you reach a certain threshold, that's when the homeowners form a management company. Before then, who is oversighting good order in the estate? Wajua ile kitu happen watu wa Kenya. Isi nyumba ni yangu. Nikitaka kuweka grill nje ni yangu. Nikitaka mtu anaishi hapa ground floor, akitaka kuweka ka extension hapa, si nyumba ni yangu. Who is doing all this? Sini kwangu, right?
Now we have a management company. The board has already procured an estate management company. Every block also has a caretaker. We have, there are lifts here. There is, so this place has got security, and they pay service charge. Obviously, we do subsidize the service charge because the service charge should be about 3,000. They're paying about 1,000, and then we are paying on their behalf another 2,000. So this is a well-managed estate. There is also a police station that was handed over last week. And that is also in recognition that these are a lot of people that we're putting here. There will be conflicts that will come up, and we want to make sure that those conflicts are well handled. So this is just a one-stop shop. I mean, Latif, I don't even think you have a police station where you stay. I don't think you have a fire station where you stay. You don't even have piped gas.
Kenya.
You don't know mtungi.
At a gate. We're going to take a break shortly. But as we go into this break, I think let's just go into this break with this question that we have to answer, Sheila. Madam Sheila, kwa nini watu wanaitishwa deposit na wako na cards za Sepu Riara?
Every single person who's been enumerated and they have those special cards, they are not required to raise deposit. There is the deposit assistance that they apply for within their forms, the same case that all these residents also followed. So unless somebody is being scammed out there, that is not a requirement for social housing.
Unless your income is above 20,000.
20,000 Kenya shillings.
Yeah. If the income you provide is above 20,000, then there is a 5% deposit.
Okay, let's take a break. We come back and just continue with this baraza shortly. The PS and the CEO will be with us for a few minutes, and then they'll step aside, and we'll be left sasa tuongeleshe watu bila serikali, tuongee ukweli, tuseme mambo itutoke. The Principal Secretary for Housing and Urban Development, Charles Hinga, and the Acting CEO for the Affordable Housing Board, Sheila Waweru, our guests, plus residents of this, tunaitaje?
New Mukuru City.
New Mukuru Bomayangu Estate. That is what it's known for now. So we have some residents who are here, some people who are working in the construction here, and some people who are doing business here. We'll be back in a moment. To it. back into the conversation, and Mariam has accepted the invitation by Waweru. Tumesema tuende kwako, tuende. Wameenda, so chai kiiva, we'll link up with them. Tuone sasa Mariam akikunywa chai kwa nyumba ya Waweru vile tumeambiwa, akiona ndio atajua CAI. Akikunywa chai, that's how you tell he's CAI. Coming up, and there's some questions that some of the residents here would like to ask the PS and the acting CEO. But I think that, let me just start with this follow-up, because it appears that Nancy Njenga is actually having some issues. She's the one talking about the Sepuriara, and you said you should not be asked for a deposit. She's saying many people are here na kuna demolition soon na hawajapata messages kutoka boma yangu still on Sepuriara. Wataenda wapi?
We've been running active campaigns within the area that is to be demolished, both in Sepu, in Makongeni, and in Mukuru. And we've been urging and setting up camp to support new applicants for those houses, including here the current new Mukuru Bomayangu estate, so that they can get support. So, and for the ones who have made applications, the applications are currently being reviewed. For some, they've already received offer letters. We also have one here, like the lady who spoke. She's one of the successful applicants for this phase 2. So mine is to urge the ones who've not applied to apply, and to give comfort to the ones who've already applied that their applications are under assessment and they will all receive messages.
I had a follow-up question, Eric. I don't know if you had another one, which I can ask the PS, which is, I know you talked about, for example, somewhere like Makongeni, correct me if I'm wrong, what you're also doing is upgrading what's already there. How does that tally with the people who are already living there? Because it sounds like you might have to refurbish, either bring them down and build up the units and multiply them. What do those plans look like?
Yeah, so we have different models. So Makongeni is an urban renewal. So as I said, Makongeni dates back to the 1900s. That is how old, it's over 100 years old. And they were tiny units that were built with the asbestos roof and really decayed and dilapidated over time. In fact, they are condemned. The people should not be living there. So we've had a very consultative process that has taken years. I was appointed as a PS in the last government in March of 2018, and the first thing that I found on my desk was Makongeni. So we've been at it since then. Finally, we've agreed, we've compensated them, they have left, and they are coming back. They have been given a card just the same way the people here have been given cards, and that card is really your ticket to owning a home. So we will replace those run-down shacks, for lack of a better word, with better planned and built units that will be able to accommodate so many of them. So all the residents have a right to come back.
And assume like that's not their home.
So obviously, remember they're paying rent today, and they were paying rent to Kenya Railway Pension, and some of them pay to other brokers and so on and so forth. But now they will be paying rent to own to the Affordable Housing Board. So you're not going to pay rent indefinitely. You will pay, and the house will be yours. And that is very important. And allow me just on that point to say, many people are saying, why are you insisting on ownership? And we are strong believers in ownership. You know, as we said earlier on, that we have got very low income. We are a low-waged society. One of the ways to create wealth is through ownership. You see, this house that some of my friends have seen, Jerusha is here. She's the one that the president helped to move to her house. So it was nice to reacquaint again. You know, she can use that house to get a small loan somewhere as security, and she can be able to start a business. So if you complement a business with the income that you have, that is how you start to raise your own household income. So we are very, very, very clear that ownership is the best way out of squalor and out of poverty. And I believe that this is the benefit that these pioneers of this affordable housing program are going to experience.
Okay. I know one of them had a question for you, Bonape, so you can just say your name and then ask him.
Okay. My name is John Odhiambo. Actually, I am under contractor. We are doing road work here. So I just want to tell the PS that we are very much happy, and we wish that the Excellency, the President, Dr. William Ruto, to continue giving us the opportunity to work under the affordable housing. My question is, there are areas like Mandera, Lamu, Isiolo, that affordable housing is not going on. What is the government doing to ensure that those areas are also inclusive for the affordable housing, so that we ensure that there is productivity in the houses for the growing population of Kenyans?
I'm so happy you've actually asked areas where there is an affordable housing. So Isiolo, it's almost finished now. There by the slaughterhouse, I've been there. And that is phase 1. And phase 2, we've already advertised. Lamu is almost completed as well. And another phase is also coming up. Even all the way to Mpeketoni, we have a housing scheme. Where is your home? Where is your Ushagon wapi?
Kisumu.
Kisumu where?
Kisumu, that is in Nyando.
Nyando.
Yeah.
I can tell you that if you go back to Shags, December hii, wende hapo utapata kuna mjengo inaendelea. We are in every part of this country, because even those people, they pay the housing levy, they are Kenyans, and they also deserve to live in dignity. So there is no place in this country that has been left out. On Thursday, is it tomorrow? Tomorrow I'm in Marsabit. You know, as far as Sololo, Uko, Moyale, the border of Kenya, Ethiopia. Again, we are starting a project there. So this program is in every part of the country, and not just in Nairobi, because this urbanization issue that you asked about is not just a Nairobi phenomenon.
That's actually one of the things that people have said, even on public discourse, that yes, there is urbanization, but it's not even. So there is rapid urbanization in Nairobi and the other cities, but not such a rapid urbanization in some parts, like Nyando now, for example. Is it really? So are we going to have ghost projects in some areas completed, but not such a huge uptake, not many people applying to own the houses there? And so you have... Absolutely not, because, and in fact, I saw some of the banter on X when we posted Chapalungu in Bomet, the housing. Sasa watu ya affordable housing wanakuja hiyo 3 million, afadhali hiyo 3 million nichukue niende ninunue kashamba nijijengee nyumba yangu. But Latif, one other aspect that we don't talk about, that we are fixing this nation, by the way, and it is our country. We may disagree on how to fix it, but let me tell you, one of the things that we know is that we are food insecure as a country. Part of our insecurity is because we are turning our bread basket into real estate. Just go to Kiambu here. Kiambu was one of the big bread basket, but now why farm coffee when the real estate can fetch me a lot of money? Yeah. You know? So Bomet, that entire enclave there, that is where the last frontier of our agriculture. So what are we doing? Over and above the urbanization, urbanized areas like here. So when you go to Chapalungu and you put up housing, what we are telling the people is, wachana na shamba, wacha kukata shamba. Go live in a decent estate like here. The kids go to school here, you know? Yeah. Na wacha shamba mlime. If it is you as a parent, you want to be to be inherited, you know, through your kids, why don't you leave them with a farm to continue farming and give them an apartment to go and live? That is the nation that we need to be working on, because otherwise, Latif, you know, our land is not expanding. The population is expanding, but the land is not expanding. It's finite. So it's a finite commodity. So if we continue saying, pana wacha nichukue hiyo 3 million, afadhali nichukue hiyo 3 million nini ninunue shamba, you've just taken out another acre that is supposed to be for farming too. Okay. Those are very good conversations that you people have in your boardrooms, right? Because if I went to Chapalungu and I spoke to the people of Chapalungu, I doubt they'll tell me there was a baraza where this kind of message was actually said. Actually, there was. Yeah. We've been having a lot of barazas with them. With the residents of Chapalungu. With the residents of Chapalungu. You know?
So and we can do better, of course. So we are not averse to positive criticism. We can do better. And we are doing our best. This affordable housing board is hardly a year old, and they are really punching way above their weight, and they need a lot of support. We also now looking at media houses as partners. You see, in the past, there were media houses that were actually, you made our job extremely difficult because we don't mind you criticizing us, but don't be purveyors of fake news, don't be purveyors of false information, because again, this is our country. This is our country. And there comes a time where yes, you may not be, this government may not be your favorite government, and that is okay, that's your right, but we have only one country, and that is it. So it is very, very important that you also see yourself as channels of being able to educate our people. But the truth of the matter is, Latif, the silent majority, and that is what is worrying me, because the day we handed over Mukuru here, there was a riot at Mukuru kwa Jenga. In fact, NTV covered it. I remember someone called me, umeona NTV? Nikasema kuna nini? Oh, they're in Mukuru kwa Jenga, there is a riot. What is the riot about at night? The same night that we handed over the keys. What? Oh, hao wanasema they were never informed. These houses are being given to people from outside.
They're not involved.
So there are people who are being misled. There are people who are being misled. They're being told, hizo nyumba za serikali wachana nazo, mtanyang'anywa baadaye, mtafanywa nini, all manner of things. And there are many people who are staying away. But the silent majority are buying. You angalia kama Ruiru, as soon as we had launched, Ruiru was gone. There's nothing left. So wale walidanganywa, then when wakiona watu wakiingia huko ndani wanasema hii PS amepatia rafiki yake, sijui girlfriend yake, sijui nani.
It's a bit of the trust deficit that you see with government. And we'll come back, I think, to our residents and to hear more. I have an interesting question, because I think the housing, affordable housing units model, does it really factor in the scale of how Africans live? A lot of people live with extended families. Yeah. So I'm wondering whether that's something, you might say, hey, that's a phase 2, 3 problem. But the truth is, a lot of people live with extended families. How does that tie in to this affordable housing plan, right? Because people might even be hesitant to be like, now, I live with my auntie, my mom, my father, my nieces. Si tunaishi hivyo.
You live with your auntie, your cousin, and all those other people. You can take a 3-bedroom house.
Okay.
My income level will not allow me, PS. So hapo ndio utaanza kuniambia I need to be above 25,000 pay bracket, and I am not. It doesn't mean that the people who earn less than 20k don't have aunties and
so akina auntie anaweza contribute kidogo, uncle contribute kidogo, wewe contribute kidogo, alafu mpate.
Our reality is different. Yeah. So I wonder how that is being factored in.
We can't solve for everything on day one.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, we can't. The minute you sit down and try to solve the perfect, you'll get stuck. You'll never start. Because perfect is the enemy of good. And for here, we're very okay with good. Even these good people here, their aspiration is not to live in a bedsitter. And it's not to live in a bedsitter. And actually, our program and even the act makes a provision for advancement. So it is expected that over time, your income is going to increase. So that unit, you're not stuck with it. When your income increases, you come back to the board. And you tell the board, uliniuzia hii bedsitter. Mimi nataka kukuzia hii bedsitter kwa sababu nataka kununua 1 bedroom. You upgrade. It is there in the law. It is provided. Are there gaps? Absolutely. Are there many? Yes, there are gaps. Okay? But the most important thing is we have taken off. We are no longer in boardrooms, as you've said. We're no longer talking about pie charts and whatever it is. These are real things. Can they be improved? Absolutely. There are people who don't like this color. And they say, kwani Hinga wako colorblind. Hii ni rangi gani ama sijui wakasema tumetoka tribe gani huko ambao wako na shida na rangi. That's fine. We will take that, and in the future you will see an improvement. If you look at the some of the things that people have asked, where are the balconies? Yeah. Where are the balconies? So you'll see we're starting to infuse a bit of balconies, but of course they cost money. So it's all about affordability.
We'll come back and also I'd like to hear more from the ladies and especially those who are working here. There's someone with a hard hat there. She's been wanting to speak. But before that, Mariam chai meiva apparently.
Oh, good.
So jano tupeleke kwa Mariam.
Mariam has been hosted. She's giving us a first view of what the affordable housing units look like for somebody who actually lives there, somebody who has really spoken very passionately about Tametema here. I'm happy. I never really thought I'd be in such a scenario in my life. So Mariam, tell us, what are you seeing? I know you're speaking to Waweru. Take us through this experience so that we have a first-hand view of what the affordable housing units look like.
All right. I'm ready to be welcomed into one of these affordable housing units. Tuko New Mukuru Bomayangu Estate, and we are seeing what these houses actually look like. I think it's good for us to see for ourselves so that we have an understanding. Ukiingia Bomayangu unataka nyumba, what should you be expecting? One of the residents here, Ann Kihato, has been so kind to invite me to her home, hapa New Mukuru Bomayangu Estate. So wacha tuingie, nasikia kwa shughuli. I can hear the tap running. A woman never sits in the house. But let's get in. Nimeshatoa viatu. I have home training, guys. I have manners. But wacha tuingie. Ann? Asante. Hiya. How are you, Ann?
I'm fine, thank you. Most welcome.
Asante. Please,
have a seat.
Before I even sit, walk me through your studio unit hapa New Mukuru. Nimesikia maji kwanza. Maybe we can walk and have a look. Ulikuwa kwa kitchen. Mambo iko busy.
Mambo iko busy. Tunaosha vyombo. Hata ni vile mmenyaje unakuja leo nilikuwa nimeamua nilale mpaka saa 4. Mpaka saa 4. But ni vile sasa nimesikia unakuja, ukisikia mgeni unakimbia kupanga nyumba. Yes.
So we had talked about maneno ya several things, the amenities within the house. Tumetumia lift kufika hapa, which is fantastic. There's also now the thing of gas.
Yes.
We had talked about reticulated gas. Is that the word we're using? Reticulated gas. Mimi guys sijaisikia reticulated gas. But kindly, Ann, walk me through system yako ya gas hapa. Mimi ni kama sijaiona kuka kama hii.
Okay, naweza sema ni ukweli. Hata mimi mwenyewe sijaiona. Kwanza nilifunzwa kuitumia. Na kitu linishtua. Do you know situmii kibeliti? Natumia battery ya torch. Inaakisha gas. Hii gas ni piped. Store yake iko nje, mahali gas inatoka. Na kwa piped inaingia kwa nyumba yangu. So nikitaka kuakisha hii gas, kuna kitu ya kusense in case ina leak. So lazima niiname, niweke on. Kidogo tu. Nikiweka on, nakuja tu na place chini kidogo tu. Ndio hiyo battery, gas imewaka. That's how it is. Na ninapikia familia yangu.
Aya?
Yes.
Ushamba kidogo, cylinder iko wapi? Umesema ati gas inatoka wapi?
Gas ni piped.
Okay.
Yes.
That's fun. This is fantastic. I love that you're able to get proper cooking units, reticulate gas coming in from piping outside. You said kuna sensor pia just in case there's a leak. I like the kitchen space yako ni mzuri hapa. Let's go now into like the living space and of course washroom. So basically, how long have you lived here? Before we even check the rest of your living space, how long have you lived here at New Mukuru?
Okay, I have been here like 6 months because nilingia kwa hii nyumba the 26 May. So it is like 6 months.
Okay.
Yes.
Almost 6-month anniversary. Yes. Okay. What do you like about living here? What don't you like about living here?
Okay, for one, I like everything. Because pale mtaa, nyumba ya mabati kitu ya kwanza, haina dirisha. Kwa hii nyumba, hii unasikia 20 meters squared. Angalia hiyo dirisha iko nyuma yako. A very big dirisha. Then I have another one, second one, and then third one. Another thing I love about this house, running water, maji. Anytime, any day, maji iko. Ni kuosha tu vyombo, kila kitu iko sawa. Another thing, choo. By the way, mimi nimekuwa abused severally nikiwa mtaa. Ile choo tulikuwa tunaenda, okay, naweza sema ile plot nilikuwa naishi ilikuwa na choo. But imetobolewa mashimo kila mahali. So kuna wanaume wabaya. Akiona unaenda kuoga ama unaenda kwa choo. Imagine anakuja kuchungulia. Another thing, hii nyumba ni ya mawe. Nimekuwa abused severally. nilikuwa nakaa na vijana majirani wakiona Joki ameenda bathroom, si tumezoea kufunga kaleso, ndio hao kube wako na kashimo wananichungulia kila kitu nafanya. So hapa privacy ni 100%. So hiyo ni kitu ya kwanza napenda kwa hii nyumba. Yes.
I really like what you've said because tulikuwa tukiongea na PS, tukiongea na pia the CEO wa board. It was talking about what is affordable housing, that it's dignified housing. Yes. So you've given us the clear differences between kuishi pale kwa mabati and here. And I think there's a lot of things watu wafikiriangi. You've mentioned the washrooms, having a washroom inside the compound. Kuna watu bidhi wanaangalia TV, labda wao hawajaijua washroom inaweza kuwa separate na nyumba. Explainia vile compound yenye ulikuwa unaishi inakaa vile compound ulikuwa unaishi inakaa and now compare.
Okay, wengi wenye tulikuwa tunaishi Riara Sepu. Unapata ploti zingine hazina choo, but yenye mimi nilikuwa naishi ilikuwa nayo, but ni ile pit ile tunasemanga ni ya do. Anything unafanya unasikia tu inatoa sauti. Then hata ikiwa ya hiyo ya do unapata imejaa mpaka juu. Infection kila time. Na unapata nilikuwa naishi plot iko na 24 households na choo ni bili na bathroom ni bili. Do you know, hiyo kasuku yangu nilipeleka nyumbani ni vile I wish ningekuwa nayo hapa muione. I had a 4 kg kasuku. Because usiku jua insecurity, stima pale ni ngumu. Maneno kama passive fridge hatungekuwa nazo pale. Stima ni ile illegal connection. So nikicompare choo ya hapa na ya pale kuna tofauti kubwa sana. By the way, mimi tangu nikuja hapa sijaisikia infections because tulikuwa tunaishi kwenda hospital infection kila time. Hata ukitaka hata ufanye nini lazima utaipata. So kuna difference kubwa vile nimekwambia, hakukuwa na insecurity. All the time lazima ungekuwa na kasuku under the bed. Unaitoa kama si kasuku unatumia besheni. Na sababu niko na watoto unapata hata kwa hiyo kasuku amepupu. Na hatukubukangi kwenda kumwaga kwa choo. Na mwaga kwa hiyo open sewer because hata hiyo choo ikijaa imeconnectiwa na hiyo open sewer. Kwa maji pia niingie hiyo natupa hiyo matupupu ya mtoto na still pipe za maji yenye tulikuwa tunatumia bado ilikuwa inapita kwa hiyo drainage. So kucompare hapa na pale ni like una compare like heaven and earth. Yes.
Umemention kuna watoto wangapi?
Okay, niko na watoto wawili. Wako sahi kwa nyanya. Unajua sometimes lazima wazoeane na wazazi. But watakuja. For now niko na wawili wenye wako kwa nyumba.
Okay.
Yes.
Next, so then the living situation ukiwa na hao watoto wawili hapa, how does it work?
Okay, for me, after this, nataka ku-upgrade to 2 bedroom. Najua next time mutakuja. Mkinitoa kwa hii dogo, mkinipeleka kwa kubwa. Najua wananisikia. So hii dogo, vile niko na watoto wenye wako kwa nyumba saizi, niko na mtoto wa 7 years, na niko na mtoto wa 2 years. So, tulipewa kitanda, najua unaelewa hivyo. Tuko na double decker. Tulipokuwa ikuwa na mattress, hii sofa set tulipata, hii meza tulipata. By the way, hii nyumba nilipata hivyo. Mimi nilikuja tu na curtains na vyombo. Akaka wardrobe nilikapata, so nilikuja na nguo zangu nikazipanga pale. So huyu mtoto mkubwa anaweza lala pale juu. Huyu mdogo ndio namfunza kulala na mwenzake. But for the time being, next phase the coming phase ni ya bedsitter bado. Yes. But I hope by the end of the year itakuwa nime upgrade to another level.
The end of next year, yes, because mwaka imeshaisha. All right, we have to go back to the ground where we have Eric and Janet speaking to some of the other stakeholders around new Mukuru Boma Yangu estate. But hopefully we'll get a chance to come back and also take a look at more houses and see the lived realities of the residents right here at new Mukuru Boma Yangu estate.
That's a beautiful and powerful story. I mean, just hearing and I love the way she's explaining her experience. Not just talking about the house. It's about what it means in terms of quality of life.
And dignity.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think just as we come back to Bona PS and obviously some people at the front, I like the way Charles Ndungu has also validated. Listening to her story, I greatly appreciate the fact that she's now comfortable. I hope and pray that this is going to be sustained and won't be used politically. Kenyans default set to hapo.
In the game.
In the game. I know we have to release you soon, but I thought just before that we would just hear from the two, I think you mentioned them as beneficiaries. Utaongelesha kidogo, new ones. Okay, tell us about that journey, your name, and that journey to becoming a beneficiary.
Kwa majina naitwa Yvonne Wavinya na mimi ni beneficiary wa phase 2 hapa mahali tumekaa, na nimefurahia sana kupata nyumba. Nimefurahia sana huko kwa kijiji. Nitaeleza nini niache nini? Mambo si mazuri, tunahangaika sana kijiji, maana hata maji yetu ni mbaya, hatuna security. In fact siwezi toka hapa saa moja, juu nitapita wapi? Siwezi toka hapa saa moja, na hata pale kijiji kukaa na watoto ni challenge kubwa sana. Niko na watoto wawili na hatukai maisha mzuri, kabisa.
Unafanya kazi gani Wavinya?
Mimi pale nafulianga watu nguo ndio tupate our daily bread. Na tukipata ndio hiyo tunajipanga nayo, na mimi na watoto wangu, na pia kukula, na pia wakati mwingine shule. Sasa wakati mimi nimekuja nikajaza nyumba hapa, wakati watu waliitwa nikakuja nikajaza nyumba, nikaitishwa KRA, nikaitishwa TCC, M-Pesa statement zote nikaleta. Nilikuwa na bidii sana, ungeniona juu najua mahali niko. Sikuchoka, ilibidi nisimamishe mambo mengine ndio nikuje nijaze hizo vitu. Lakini Mungu akanionekania.
So wewe utakuwa kwa wale ambao wataingia kwa hizi nyumba zikilaunchiwa. PS na CEO anatuambia this December. Unajua December lazima Christmas kulia hapa. So ni next week.
December ni next week. Naomba tukulia hapa tafadhali juu
Christmas kulia hapa.
Tutalala wapi?
Hii mambo ya kuambia December tutapanga azizi.
Naomba tu tusikie kama Jacob, kama Joseph. Tusikie kama wao.
Acha tusikie kwa zako.
Yeah.
Yes, kwa majina ni Immaculate Muriuki na mimi ni among beneficiaries wa phase 2. So during phase 1 sikuamini, as he said, I was among the people sikuwa naamini, nilikuwa naona hizi ni stories za jaba as they were saying. So when I came during the launching, ndio niliamini, and I really felt niko left out sana. Nikiimagine my friends, actually my families and neighbors from back kwa kijiji wanahamia huku. So I've been visiting, and then when I decided nikarudi nikafanya application yangu new, and I'm happy because nimepata offer letter yangu, and as he has said 25th nangoja nikwe huku.
Yes. Christmas lunch hapa. I have a question for you.
No, I just wanted to on a light note. If PS wakikuja pia so kuna kitanda nini na mbuzi ya Christmas.
It will be a different welcome for them. I wanted to ask you, what do you think it will take to encourage more people kutoka kijiji to come? Are there still some of them saying, story siamini, or I'm not sure? Talk to us about how, what it will take to convince more people, or are they already convinced?
Okay, I won't speak for them because so far so good. Kama you've not been, I'll say, jealous about your neighbors when you wamekuja huku. I don't think you want anything good in your life. Yes, they allow us to come and visit actually. Almost most of the weekends I'm here. And as you can see the environment tukikompare na kijiji, I love my kids to be here. Yes, so kama kwa kijiji, I have 2 kids.
2 kids.
Yes.
How long have you lived in kijiji? Which kijiji?
Riara. Sepu.
You're Sepu Riara bado.
It's not how long I've lived there. I've been born there. Yes.
You were born and raised in Sepu Riara?
Yes.
Okay. What do you do now? What's your job?
I'm a hustler.
You're a?
Hustler.
You're a hustler.
I do different kind of jobs. Any that comes around, I work.
Wacha nikuulize.
Yes.
Wajua ukiingia hapa kuanzia hiyo Januari, watakuwa wakikuitisha 3,900 kwa mwezi. Utaweza kupata 3,900 kwa kila mwezi?
Yes.
Unapatanga ngapi sasa?
Kama sasa nalipa rent 2,500. Stima na maji haiko ndani. Choo nalipa 10 shillings a day.
Every day?
Every day.
Per person?
Per person.
Ama per family?
Per person.
So you plus your 3 children, 30 bob
yes.
every day.
And you can't limit how many times I'll go.
Yeah.
So it's per use.
Per use,
use.
not per day, per use.
Okay.
So you see, include hizo vitu zote, it's quite expensive.
So you spend a lot more than
yes, what I'll
this
spend
4,000
here.
here.
Yes.
And because you've been able to do it, you'd be able to do it.
Yes.
Okay. Is it the same thing for you, Wavinya?
Yeah, the same for me. Kwa sababu pale kwa kijiji sinalipa nyumba. Si kweli. Ile asoli yangu nafanya inanifanya nalipa stima, nalipa maji, and then nalipa choo. Unaona? So hata nikikuja hapa nitalipa. Hiyo 3900 nitalipa. Nitatie bidii sana nitalipa juu sitaki kukaa kule. Na alafu nashukuru Mungu. Nashukuru sana Bwana PS. God bless you so much, and nashukuru rais wetu. Aki Mungu amulinde. Nazidi kumpea neema. Na nashukuru Mungu pia kwa kunipea rais mwenye ananielewa jamani. Wa Mungu amembariki kutujulia shida, maana tuko nayo. Shida ipo jamani.
Okay. Let me get a parting shot. Oh, Pole. Asante sana Wavinya. Just a parting shot from PS. Just maybe anything you'd want to leave the audience with, and more than that, how to ensure that affordable housing will remain affordable for a very long time to come.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know whether you can listen to these stories and they don't touch you, because this Apasiki this is real life. These are real people. Nobody applied to be born in a slum. I never applied. I was born in a slum myself, and I cannot say that I did anything to God. It's just God's favor. So for me, this job is very personal. It's extremely personal to me. Changing lives every day. I don't know whether there can be any other fulfilling life than this one. You've never had, I don't know whether you have a conversation about a toilet. You know, in your own home, in my own home, I have a cloakroom for guests. I have a toilet in every bedroom. You know? Can you imagine people are paying to use a toilet every time you use it? You know? And these are the people who have got the lowest amount of income. So that is really where this thing boils down to. That's where the rubber meets the road. And so even if I have to pay my own taxes to be able to uplift someone from that kind of life, I know that there is a blessing that I have commanded for my own life. And this is what I would really like to urge my fellow Kenyans. Yes, this is not a very popular program. The levy came in at a time when the cost of living was very high, the economy was not doing very well, but I can assure you that your money has been put to good use. Your money is changing lives every day, and we are building a country that we shall all be so proud of, and we shall bequeath our children with a country that is better than we found. And I believe that there is this generation shall be remembered for years to come. I know we keep on talking about Singapore. I can tell you, as we speak right now, His Excellency the President has received 3 offers or 3 requests from 3 presidents asking, this fellow called Hinga, can you please donate him to us to come and help us?
Go in demand.
I'm in demand. But, we still have a long way to go here. And the other thing is that the world out there is recognizing. The world out there is actually noticing what Kenya is doing. And let me tell you, Latif, as I wind up and I head. God in his own wisdom, when he thought about this country called Kenya, there are many things he will have given us. Like you look at our neighbors, they have natural resources. Many of them. We don't have. What natural resource do we have that is of, tulipata gold Kakamega kidogo hivi, watu wanaanza kuchapana kidogo kidogo. Tulipata mafuta sijui Turkana, then we don't have it. The only thing that we have in this country is ourselves. It is the best asset we have is ourselves. And but this country, with all the challenges that we have and all the noise that you find, we are actually punching way above our weight. And the world out there is recognizing. So sometimes, yes, there's a lot that needs to be fixed. We need to fix our politics. There is a lot of things that we need to fix. The country is not where it should be. But I can tell you we are heading in the right direction.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Charles Hinga, the PS for Housing and Urban Development, he will be stepping out because he has a meeting to go to. And Mariam is back, so Mariam will come and occupy the seat that you are actually occupying. Just so that for purposes of, camera and neatness, I want you to give the mic to the gentleman with the red kofia there.
Okay.
So that our camera can focus there and give us space for you to come and exit the scene. Ametoa kofia. Aliyekuwa na kofia nyekundu atasimama, atatuambia jina lako, unafanya kazi hapa, unaishi hapa, ama hii project
unahusiana nayo kipi? Ni Duncan Mochama Mogeni. Ni mkaje wa Riara na nimepata nyumba, but nimeshukuru sana. Yeah.
Endelea tu Duncan.
Yeah, na ningeomba ifunguliwe haraka, nimechoka kukaa huko kwa mtaa.
Zifunguliwe haraka. Umeapply wewe? Umeapply?
Yeah, nisapata nyumba.
Hii phase 2?
Yeah, nikolonjiwa ndio nangoja ndio niingia.
Mbona ukuapply phase 1?
Sikuwa nimeamini. But wakati nimeona wenzangu waliingia ndio hata mimi nilijutia sana. Yeah.
Okay. Na kuna wengi pia ambao hata sasa ndio wanaendelea kuapply. Patia mwenzako mic hapo pia tusikie.
Kwa majina naitwa Simon Kibe. Mimi ni mfanyakazi wa huku. Sasa nashukuru sana, na hata mimi nataka hata mimi niregister moja. Ndio nitoe familia huko Ushago wakuje huko.
Wewe unafanya kazi kwa hii project?
Mimi ni mason.
Umekuwa hapa for how long?
Naelekea mwaka moja na nusu.
Mwaka moja tangu uanze kufanya kazi hapa? Na kila siku kwa hapa?
Kila siku niko hapa.
Okay.
Yes.
Before uingie hapa mwaka uliopita, ulikuwa unafanya kazi gani na wapi?
Nilikuwa nafanya tu huko. Nilikuwa nafanya hii top choice huko and then nikarudi huko.
Okay.
Yes.
Lakini bado hiyo mwaka yote mzima hauja apply nyumba bado? Na wewe ndio unazijenga?
Sijaamini, mimi najenga lakini sikuwa naamini.
Hata vile watu waliingia phase 1 haukuamini?
Sasa ndivyo nimeamini, sasa na apply.
Sasa uta apply?
Yes.
Sawa. Bike itakuja hata pande hii. Itakuja pia mbele.
Hello, my name is Eugene Che, na mimi ni beneficiary wa hii affordable housing program. Mimi nafanya kazi hapa hivi as a carpenter, na I would like to, yes, ameenda, nilikuwa nataka kumuuliza swali, but I'll just put across my question kwamba there are people outside here ambao wanafanya kwa government kazi, ambao wameajiriwa na farms, wameajiriwa kwa different, wako kwa payslip yani. Hao watu wanakatwa housing levy. Would they just come and enter into the houses, ama lazima watapitia kwa the normal thing ya kuapply na kufanya nini? That question tajibiwa. Alafu mine is just to say thank you to the president, kwa sababu ametu offer sisi kama mayouth, ametu offer job opportunities. I've been here for the last 2 years nikifanya as a carpenter, na it is transforming our lives. And thank you for that.
Sasa nikuulize, wewe umeapply nyumba?
Nyumba nimeapply, lakini not the bed sitters.
Okay.
The 1 bedroom.
So you're applying for the 1 bedroom?
They're under construction.
Okay.
Yes.
I think we had asked the question about wale watu ambao wanalipa tax kama levy, kama wanapata through past expressway yao ya kupata nyumba. Tukaambiwa zi hiyo levy kwanza unalipa hujalipa, you have to go through boma yangu apply. So ule ambaye analipa levy na ule ambaye halipi levy unaenda through the same way, boma yangu una apply. Kama wewe sasa umeapply not the bed sitter but the others, sasa itabidi the 5% deposit and so on and so forth ulipe. Fanya hivyo, alafu sasa tuone kama kuna mtu ambaye atakuja atapata nyumba mbele yako.
Sasa brother yangu mwenye anakatwa housing levy, hiyo pesa yake inaenda tu bure.
Inajenga, imekuajiri kazi.
Imeniajiri.
Hivyo ndio serikali inasema hii ni tax ambayo inatumika kujenga nyumba.
Okay.
I am answering this way because we asked that question to the Affordable Housing Acting CEO, and this is the answer that she gave at the point. So as I say, you apply, and let him also apply, and then you see, is there any preferential treatment that comes? Is one going to get one ahead of the other, and is ukiangalia hivi unaona kuna kitu hapa hauamini? Then we can ask the second phase of the question.
Yeah. I know we'll give everyone and somebody else a chance to speak. I just wanted to ask Mariam, what stood out for you the most in that short experience?
Short experience indeed. But one, it's good to see something that you've heard in reality. And it's something else to be here for ground and then to see the houses. But kuingia nyumba ya mtu mali anaishi, that's very different. So Anne was very kind to welcome me into her home. It's good to see, again, hii levy imekuwa, yeah, I feel you, because I'm like, levy inatoka kwa mshahara, but mimi sioni nyumba. But sasa, nimeona what it's doing for people. But to be honest, what was of real impact, I love the idea of piped gas. I think the way we do gas in Kenya is so dangerous and a bit crazy when you think about it. So I quite like that idea of piped gas. The actual cylinders, etc., are ukonje, you pay per use, and I wish I had gotten into that conversation. But what stood out was what Anne said about the dignity, the things you don't think about if you've never had to use a toilet that was outside the house. For a woman, the safety issues, the dignity issues, Bana. Just having a toilet in your house that flushes. I know for some people in Nakaki too obvious, it's really not. So that I think is something I quite appreciated, and was lovely to hear from her and to also see. Yeah,
and the two of them actually said the same thing. So it's obviously like for women, it's safety, it's dignity. Yeah,
it's a big issue.
Okay, my name is Ajofro Diambo. I'm a proud Kenyan, also a beneficiary among the 1080 who got a house, who are given handed a key by the president back May. So mine is to thank actually my colleagues, my fellow Kenyans who are paying house levy, because it really supports us, and I'm very sure even them can get a house as far as they do whatever is needed. You just go to portal, you apply for a unit, and you will get. And actually, if you look at us, most of us, we are all Kenyans, and maybe we have been calling people names like our colleagues who had spoken earlier. We have Waweru, but here we have Odiambo, like me, we have Kipchumba here. We have a lot of people from various parts of the country. We have Wavinya here, who is from Ukambani. So these are pure Kenyans. Okay, I had a question to PS, and I want to direct it to Nation Media, because you can reach out to him. We have our colleagues who are still in the slum, and they have been given a notice to actually vacate from that place so that they can build other houses in the same land. So they were to be given facilitation so that they can move. They are asking, and as per me also, I'm so worried about that. I wanted to ask the PS, when are they going to get the facilitations?
What is facilitation?
The facilitation for movement. Okay, we are using
relocation.
We have what we call relocation action.
Kuna kakitu mtu anapewa.
Yeah, they need to be facilitated so that they move. Facilitation for the transportation, so that they move and leave the place, so that the government can build other social houses.
Is this in Makongeni or in
Mukuru Sepu?
Oh, in Mukuru
Sepu at Riara.
Okay.
I also had another question, which of course you can as well help me. We are asking whether after 2032, whether this project will be affected with the coming regime, whether this project is a regime-based. Yeah? So, as I thank those who have supported us as Kenyans, I also want to thank the giant in the room, and that is His Excellency Mr. President William Samoei Ruto, because this is his own initiative, and we really love that as Kenyans. Lastly, I want to thank NTV, because actually we feel so much, we feel like in media, we hear people saying, oh, there are no people here, kuna watu wanasema huku kunaishi mtu mmoja. These are fellow colleagues who stays here. Na tushajipanga, already tuko na watu we call estate committee. Na tuko na pia benki imekuja inaitwa House Financing Company ambayo imekuja kutupatia mikopo na mambo ya empowerment. Okay, I had this cape. Where's the cape? This one is for HFC ambao wamekuja hapa kutufanyia mambo ya empowerment, na pia they are also selling agents ambao wamekuja kupiga jeki shughuli ya application. So that is my concerns and I want to
sound kama ni kiongozi ni kama kwa hiyo nyumba uko hapo wewe ni kama
kwa nyumba 10. Not really, I'm a member of estate committee.
Okay.
I'm a member of estate committee. Actually, I have my colleague who is
we'll continue engaging with the PS, with the CS, with the CEO, all these leaders, because I think those are fair questions. Post that 2030 or 2027, right? What happens to all these plans? And yeah, the same for the people who are being relocated, right, out of certain places. We had that discussion. I think the PS mentioned that essentially it should be government land. Could they be people settling on government land? If so, what's the plan? Those are fair questions. Tutakuwa na hawa watu tena and we'll ask them bado. I can't lie and say I have the answers, but we will ask. We'll continue to ask.
One more person maybe at the back. Ambaye hajazungumza haya.
The first thing I would like to say
Jina yako tafadhali. Your name?
I am Mayo Kipchumba, son of Elias Lima Kipkoskei. The first thing I would like to say is, our Father in heaven, thank you for giving us a president. Today, I'm a very proud man to have what I have today. I didn't have that. I have been living a very miserable life, and today I'm happy. Even though I still have a few days to live from where I am, which is still a miserable place, I know that tomorrow I have a place I can stay, and I'm very happy for that. The next thing I would like to ask is it possible that somewhere along the line we could get a chance to have work here? There was an answer to that, but I still want to request that for me, I have an experience in repair.
So you'd like to know whether there are job opportunities here?
Electronics. So if there would be a chance where tomorrow, when I'm living here, I can be able to do some maintenance, maybe repair maintenance and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I think hata huyu mdosi wa estate committee atakwambia, atauliza hiyo swali on your behalf and you can get to. But thank you very much all of you for joining us today. It's been an enlightening conversation. Just seeing the project, hearing the experiences of those who live here, of those who work here, those who would like to come and live here, and the anticipations as well. Maria.
No, a massive thank you again to all of you for making time for us. To appreciate sana spending the morning with you. Tuendelee vivyo hivyo. Tutarudi au sio? Yes. Asanteni sana as well, fixers, for keeping the conversation going online and throughout, on calls, on the hashtag. We do appreciate you. We'll be back here 6 to 10 a.m. From myself, from Janet Mbogwa, Eric Latif, I'm Mariam Bishar. Kwaherini, tupatane kesho from New Mukuru Boma Yangu Estate. Kwaheri.